Dennis, and I want to welcome you back. Today I want to talk about proper inheritance planning. Traditionally, parents who name their children as beneficiaries in their will often name their children directly. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Let's say, for example, that a parent dies and leaves $1 million to their child. Let's assume for a moment that adult child is already in the workforce and earning or making a living, a salaried income of approximately $100,000 a year. If the $1 million is left directly to the child, that child is then going to have a $1 million portfolio. Let's assume that the $1 million portfolio grows by 10% a year of interest income. If that 10%, which is $100,000 a year, will then be added to their salaried income in that year. So their tax return will actually show $200,000 of income. So the effective tax rate on that second $100,000 from the investment portfolio is approximately 50%. So you're going to pay close to $50,000 on the income generated on that portfolio. I suggest to you that perhaps what the parent should do is name a trust as the beneficiary that gets established as a result of their death in their will. So what that's referred to as a testamentary trust. So if the parent says, I want to leave the $1 million to my child's trust, then what happens is that trust gets treated like a separate individual for tax purposes. So if the child is able to leave the money inside of the trust will file a tax return that has the same marginal rates of tax as an individual. Basically what that means is, it's a long way of saying, the $100,000 of growth on the million would only attract about $36,000 of tax versus $50,000 if left directly to the child. That goes on as long as the child decides to leave the money in the trust, which could be for 10, 15, 20 years. Unbelievably compounding the benefits of naming the trust as the beneficiary in the will. A couple of other interesting points regarding the trust option is, one, the trust is not attackable by creditors, and two, should there be a marriage breakdown, the trust does not actually make up part of the marital assets. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.